you get that second life in playoffs.
The fact that Golden Guardians and TSM are at this stage in the regular split was something that not many of us thought that we were going to come see through fruition. I mean, you have that burst advantage over Viego at this stage in the game, whereas Boogie needs a few more levels before he can match up to that burst of River. But he's going to look for mid lane, and that's the classic setup. You throw down the cage, you force Gory to flash away. A little bit of damage, but it should not be a kill.
Whoa.
I don't think, right? Oh, that was close.
Yeah, meanwhile on the top side, the gank that River's going for coming through.
He dodged the cocoon, but he's got nowhere else to run, boys. That is first blood for Golden Guardians.
Trapped in the alcove versus certain death here. No way he gets out of that one. So Solo holds on to his flash at the very least. Slotting this bottom lane for all the pressure they can put out. This Ezreal, Soraka able to push in first. And when you get to push in first on bottom lane, it doesn't look like much, but look who he is right now. Since he's in Fog of War coming from base, you get to start up this Rift Herald. Your enemies know full well you have support recall timer also. He doesn't even have to commit to that play fully. They can easily get their objective. Then he can just go right back down towards the bottom side and continue supporting 6A.
Yeah, 6A also on Ezreal being one of the best 1v2 champions in the game. You can always just pelt away with Mystic Shot. You can Arcane Shift away if they actually try and engage onto you. It does lead to a situation where TSM's going to start up this Drake. Probably going to get this one for free, but not a big deal. Rift Herald, of course, more important for them advancing this early game win con.
Yeah, they need the gold acceleration to hit those spikes earlier so that they can get to that mid game. Seems like Golden Guardians, they're going to have to choose when to use this Rift Herald sooner than later, as plates will be going down. And Time looks for an opportunity all in onto Huhi. He throws down the Silence Shroud down and pops the barrier, hoping the Wish as well, but they want this kill so badly. TSM pull the feathers right out of Huhi.
Definitely good stuff here, and Golden Guardians, they swap over Ezreal to the top side, so they still get some of the split the turret plate money with him.
Oh, and this is why you cannot face check a unwarded area if you are Viego early on into the game, because
Item combination into the death cap for third, and you will be pounding them.
And here comes the Golden Guardians composition, or at least a little taste of it. Accelerated Shock Blast trying to chunk out TSM, but there's not a completed item spike for Glory quite yet. It's just components, so the Shock Blasts don't hit as hard as they would like, but they're going to go for the engage. Boogie engages, but gets blown up by the burst damage from Golden Guardians, and there's no rebuttal from the side of TSM. They're forced out of the river.
Boogie just stranded ahead of the rest of the team. They had the cage to try and protect him, try and maybe find a way out for him, but it was too easy for the rest of Golden Guardians to collapse down onto him. That also means that TSM are going to have to back off this dragon. Like you said, that dragon stacking, not really a real win con of theirs anyways, but this is going to start it in Golden Guardians' favor.
Take another look at those jungler rankings that we did in the analyst segment.
I got to move my head a little further to the riverside, you're saying? Maybe?
The cope angle is that the Soraka Silence is throwing a big rut in the entire wheel of the chain.
It's comp diff, as you can see.
Elise and Ezreal and Soraka. This duo, this trio, I did not expect to be this potent, but they are making damn short work of TSM's HP bars. That not only they were, you know, kind of showing up above expectations, they're now not only more than playoff contenders, they could be title contenders based on how strong some of their performances have been. It's the cleanliness and the consistent execution off of this trio from Huhi, 6A, and River that have just turned so much up in the mid-season.
Yeah, 3K gold lead now. TSM was at the Rift Herald first, trying to see if someone would face check, but once Golden Guardians showed up en masse, there's no way they can actually take this team fight. So it's a clever idea, knowing that Golden Guardians are going to be moving as an objective. Oh, maybe they actually will take the fight.
Huge decimating smash from Licorice, and the silence prevents Boogie or Maple from being able to do anything. Chime tries to buy time with the quickness, but he just charmed up Golden Guardians. There's no damage follow-up that can even fathom afterwards.
What are TSM fighting over here? I'm stunned to see them walk back forward after Golden Guardians has grabbed control of the vision. They have control of the river, and then they just kind of face check the entire side of Golden Guardians and hand them back some kills. It was such an easy engage for Licorice there.
You were stunned. Maple was stunned from 100% to 0.
Then silenced.
Body hit the ground immediately. Layered.
And Wild Turtle forced to use the Featherstorm, a flank from Chime and Solo on the right side, the Repel. They tried to time the Rupture on Reverse Descent, but it's not even necessary. They still have the burst damage to get that shut down. And now, Boogie is a spider. He's gonna walk away.
Play off the early lead, have to snowball with the poke comp. They're gonna go for a dive though.
Solo's got no flash to walk away from this one. Easy pickup for 6A. This Ezreal has been accelerated, boys.
Good cage here.
They know who he doesn't have flash. That might be the target. He walks right into the Soraka, right point blank, and the rest of TSM follow up beautifully, and now Boogie gets to be Soraka, looks for the silence of his own, but he will want to reset back to Viego, as he now gets to be a little bit more durable. It's 5-on-4 for TSM.
That's that flank for TSM. They see 25 seconds on the Dragon spawn, and they go for the teleport play. They surgically remove the Soraka, but they sustain a lot of damage in the process, and they're going to give up the objective in the aftermath, teleporting Solo out to push on the top side and try and collect the remnants of that outer tower.
I mean, they insta-punished the flashless Soraka after that overeager play by Huki. Still could not stick around for the tail end of that fight because they'd used basically all their cooldowns on that. But still, a nice little extra influx of gold that you can find there.
If they set up control in this jungle quadrant. But TSM still have 2 wards into these bushes, so they look for the pick onto Licorice. He's a tank, but they are bursting away at his health rapidly. But Wild Turtle, flanked by River, is forced to retreat. Use the Featherstorm, still has 2 summoner spells, but he's out of this fight as Solo finally gets blasted by Corey.
Huge power move for Golden Guardians. All right, now, Boogie, it is up to him to keep those TSM hopes alive. He's lurking around. He's got a control ward in Baron Pit right now. He sees 8,000 health. It's quickly dropping.
Licorice is marking on the right side. Golden Guardians start to peel off, keeping it at 5,000 HP, but they just turn right onto TSM, knowing that Chime cannot be there for long, and that's another member down as Golden Guardians return to the Baron.
Golden Guardians using Huhi to stay topped up. He's getting low, but such a good job baiting over and over again, forcing TSM to keep walking into this blind river, getting picks left and right. Even if they don't get the Baron, they can keep doing this and finding more and more gold.
Can they get vision, though? Boogie's still around. He has the Heartbreaker to get over the wall. They're burning it down. This could be a flip, but 1,000 HP. They have no vision, as you called it, Mark. And that means that is a clean Baron for Golden Guardians.
Looking great off this early game snowball. There were a couple attempts by TSM to find pickoffs, but it's been smooth sailing for the most part. Already closing in on an 8,000 gold lead for Golden Guardians. Looking rough.
Definitely love to see a very, very effective snowball from this squad. Now with, the both Mirror Miners transformed, there's so much damage output here. Baron buff on a team that is already successfully snowballing their poke. Guess what? You're in for some pain at those towers. TSM, at this point, since it's so difficult, you really have to rush towards any sort of vision advantage that you have to try and make a pick.
And they want to make a pick, but if it's on the tank, that is not the prime target that you want to be choosing as TSM. Licorice just shrugs it off. TSM are going to lose control of the river because of it.
Yeah, is it really a pick if it's on the Scion?
No, not really. You're absolutely right. I mean, Wild Turtle's getting some damage, but he's now forced to use the... but the river's approaching from the left side, and he already used the Featherstorm, so he's got no way out of this one, but they don't get a chance to punish it. He still has Flash to play with, but he flashed over the wall, and 6-8 takes him out. TSM are now on the run. No AD carry to support them at this point. Maple trying to put as much damage as he can, but he's not fully online yet. He's just running away as Golden Guardians make short work of TSM.
They're not done yet. Maple able to get out with the flash. TSM tried to pick a fight with Licorice. They turned that one around, instantly find 3 kills, and Golden Guardians are gonna keep pushing down this. Yeah, 6-0-2 now for Stixay. Boogie!
Oh my goodness, they tried to look for a 2v1 on Agori, but he's got so much damage in his back pocket. He turns it quickly on Boogie's head.
Is exposed. Chime's on the flank though, looking for Huhi.
But Corey is marking him. He charms him up. Does he look for Huhi? Can they find him? But no one else from TSM can get past Licorice and River. So Chime's engage is all for naught as TSM are now pushed to the brink. They're pushed to the very edges of their base. They already lost on Solo. Maple stuck in his own cage as Golden Guardians will be able to take them out. Stixay does fall to Boogie, but it's a trade 1-for-1 while TSM still lose 3, and Golden Guardians will make short work of these towers.
Golden Guardians looking on point today. They had a couple struggles in recent weeks, dropping a couple games, but retaining sole possession of 4th place with this win. Might not close it out here. Oh, I was ramping up.
The crowd agreed. That means we're right, guys.
Obviously, someone is trying to get the Stixay All-Pro campaign.
He's had a great comeback split.
What's Licorice's campaign right now? Towers don't do any damage, but buff towers. He takes like 6 shots or something in a row there. Wait for the minions to follow up though.
All right, Licorice looks for Maple, forces the flash. Chime turns around and tries to isolate Gory with the quickness and the charm. The knockup lands true, but Gory just does too much damn damage, and he finally goes down. Wild Turtle rips feathers. Can he outpace 6A in his own damage? The 6A arcane shifts backwards.
So, yeah, there's some positives, even though they're still trying to defend here against a Baron setup from Golden Guardians, which should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Chime is gonna try to mark out vision first, so he gives Boogie that easier access into the Baron pit, but they turn off it. They realize that TSM have the inside track. They pull off, and it should reset.
All right, Turtle.
Oh no! Wild Turtle gets caught out here by Golden Guardians. The silence prevents him from casting Featherstorm or Flash. Solo is taken out as well, and now Gory looking to cut them off in the inside track. Chime is trying to lead a safe passage back for the rest of his teammates to get into the base. Good cage from Maple, holds him off for... Oh my goodness, Gory! Huge artillery shot blast, completely destroys Chime. Boogie falls as well, and there's the closeout of the game that we were looking for. Golden Guardians, an astounding 21-7 stomp. 30 minutes into the game, Golden Guardians take the win.
They say they don't need a Baron to beat TSM there. They just find the kills on the tail end, chase them all the way back to their base, blow up the Nexus, move to 9-6. They are one game away from their